Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss the basic concepts that are fundamental for computer science and programming. Let's get started. Here is quick agenda. What will we learn in this video? We will learn about pizza recipe just to make the concept learning fun and memorable. What is input? What is process? What is output? What is an input device? What is a processing device? And what is an output device? And examples of each of the above. To better understand the input process and output, let's look at a real life example which I believe everyone can understand easily. After all, we love to eat it. I'm talking about pizza. Here are the steps for pizza making. Prepare the dough, prepare the crust and add toppings, bake the pizza and put it in a box. Let's look at the first step, preparing the pizza dough. We can either get the pizza dough pre-made or we can make it ourselves from scratch. To make the pizza dough from scratch, we need many things. There are the ingredients. We need sugar, we need salt, we need flour, we need water, we need yeast, and we need olive oil, preferably extra virgin olive oil. Then we mix them and knead them together. After that, we let it set for a while, and then the dough is risen and ready. We have prepared the dough. Now that dough will be the ingredient for next step, which is basically preparing the crust. We also need some cheese, grated cheese, and tomatoes. We need vegetables or meat of our liking. And then we start making the crust and applying the toppings on it. And then we have our pizza crust with the toppings and cheese added at top of it, ready for baking. We take our pizza, which is ready for baking, we put it in the oven. So after some time, the crust turns brown and the cheese is golden. That means we're ready for our next step. We box it or serve it. There you go. There's pizza making in a nutshell. You may be asking, where are we going with this? What pizza making got to do with computer science, or for that matter with programming? Hang in there. Enjoy your pizza. We just got started. Before we proceed any further, let's get to know the definition of input, process, and output. Input, according to the dictionary.com, what is put in, taken in, or operated on by any process or system. There is also another definition, a place where or a device through which energy or information enters a system. Here are the examples. In our pizza example, ingredients are the inputs, for example, sugar, salt, olive oil, yeast, dough, and water. Let's look at the process. According to dictionary.com, a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. Here are the examples. In your pizza example, these are the steps of making dough, preparing the crust, adding ingredients, baking, and boxing. So that's the process. The output is the amount of something produced by a person, machine, or industry. And here are the examples. In our pizza example, each step had an input as well as output. The step 1 output was dough. Step 2's output was crust with toppings added. Step 3's output was baked and ready pizza. And step 4 output was a pizza slice. Here is clearly marked input, process, and output to better understand the pizza making in terms of input, process, and output terminology. I hope this example helped you better understand these terms And you might now be able to relate to these in many of your own examples. Now let's take a look at a computer related example. Let's say you are searching a YouTube video. Your first step is you want to go to youtube.com. So what would be the input? Your input would be typing https://youtube.com in your browser address bar, and you will either hit enter or you click the search icon. That's your input. Next, the browser will process your request to open YouTube website, and the output would be the website is displayed. Another example would be searching for a video. In YouTube search bar, you enter jumpstart in minutes and click search icon or hit enter. That's your input. YouTube processes the search, that's the process, and search results are displayed, that's the output. Another example, watching a video. You click on one of the search results, that's your input. YouTube plays the video, that's the process, and video is being played, that's the output. Here is another one. Show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. You click on the like button or share and subscribe, that's your input. YouTube processes the like count and adding of subscriber, that's the processing. And like count is increased, subscriber added, and the subscriber count updated, and that encourages us to make more free videos for you and everyone. That's the output of your clicking like and subscribe button. I hope that example was helpful. Here is another look. We see the input, process, and outputs. Now we have looked at the inputs, process, and outputs, and we have looked at few examples. Let's look at what are the devices related to each one of these. So the input device in computing, an input device is a piece of equipment used to provide data or enter data or provide signals to an information processing system. And the examples are like keyboard, mouse, joystick, scanner, web camera, microphone, touchscreen. So next is processing device, or sometimes also referred to as processing unit. A device that takes the input, consumes it, does some operations on it, and produces an output. That's your processing device. And here are the examples. So the output device, a device that is used to display, store data, play media like music, radio, etc. And here are the examples of the output devices: monitor, printer, speaker, headphone, plotter, projector. And here is the summary what we learned in this video. We learned about input, what is an input. We learned about process, what is a process. We learned about output. We learned about input devices. We learned about processing devices, and we learned about output devices. We learned about the input. In our pizza making example, we learned that the ingredients are the input, and sometimes the output of a process could be the input of another process. For example, our step one was to prepare the dough. The output was a ready dough, and that was the input to the crust making process. So there you go, the input, process, and output, as well as the input devices, processing devices, and the output devices. I hope these concepts are very clear to you now. Thank you again. Please click the like button, share with your family and friends, and if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe now. See you next time.